visionary leadership is what that has brought Singapore to where it is today. As if I may use an example, right? We had our founding fathers who, through a group of people inspired by a dynamic leader, the late Lee Kuan Yew, who they themselves were visionary. They had number one, a vision to what they hoped Singapore could become, but they also had the vision to realize from their experience what Singapore should not become. So the first thing that inspired them is the belief that Singapore can stand on its own, driven and led by its own people. We don't want to be a colony of British, as an example. So what we try to do, and my take on it as a visionary leader, is to use that as a basis of a visionary leader. One who, number one, plan long term. So a visionary leader must look beyond the horizon of your lifestyle, your lifespan, right? You need to put in place the systems and the processes and the institutions for it to last beyond your lifetime. A visionary leader must do that, right? And secondly, you must have the proper processes that sustain whatever that you have put in place, but with a common goal that is shared by other inspired people. Because a visionary leader must be sustainable. So you need to have people with certain values that shares your value. So for that to happen, you must have a values-based kind of a culture, as opposed to being good technologically. You have the technical knowledge to build infrastructure. That's necessary. But what sustains a visionary leader is the values and the culture that it provides for people to then take it further. My advice to them is to do what you like to do, but don't do things that you regret for the rest of your life. Or try not to, right? So that much as we have the lax leeway, at least for me, I want to encourage people to do what they like to do first, because once that is understood, then what they like to do will vary. And it also depends, not every student wants to be a leader, but given that you are interested in leadership, right, and I have high hopes that you want to be a leader, then you begin to really pursue your dream of what you like to do. Because I'm a believer that you will do well in whatever that you like to do if you put your heart, mind, soul into what you want to do, and you will do well. I subscribe to 5 basic values, and that is essentially the foundation of how I put in place the infrastructure and the culture of all the organizations that I work with. It is what we call the HP way. I'm a vice president for HP alumni, right? So if you understand, HP has been around, and the 5 core values. Firstly, respect for individuals, and it's also an IBM value as well, respect for people. Number 2 is high level of achievement and contribution, that you must have a desire to want to achieve something, but it's also with innovation. So it's A, achievement and contribution, RA. Then thirdly is flexibility and innovation and flexibility, right? So you need to be flexible. Not everything can be done through one main way, so you need to be flexible in how you do things. And T is teamwork. You need to work as a team. But underlying the RAFT is the I, which is the foundation of the other 4 values, and that's integrity, business integrity, personal integrity. So if you look at it, it's really, I'm using the word RAFT, RAFT, as a basic value. that one should have, that is accumulation of the 5 values necessary for a culture to develop. And that's an easy way to remember HP Way.